Color matters, my friends, and that is because color gets attention. In the mobile apps on your phone, you're probably used to seeing this little red circle. Okay, in this case, 64 emails you haven't read, which is pretty common for me, unfortunately. All right, in this situation, what color's doing is it stirs an emotional response. It suggests associated meaning. Now, there's a couple reasons for that. Number one, we're all used to these little symbols on our mobile phone. That red is an urgent color in and of itself. So the emotional response is, I got to read this stuff. I got to do this. I got to do this. Now, the reason that happens is partly because the color association triggers dopamine in your system that says, hey, you have to go look at this. That's why we all can't put down our phones. Why we're checking it every 5 minutes. You know, do I have anything? Do I have anything? All right. The associated meaning, of course, is that there is an action you need to take. You see it again in the Apple email app. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because in order to prevent confusion in meaning, that color has to be used consistently, right? So in this case, every app on our phone uses this same symbol for there's something you need to pay attention to. There's something you need to do. If all these apps used different colors in that circle, the meaning wouldn't be as clear. And even if we knew that that circle signifies, that you need to do something, there would still be a stumble every single time you look at your phone because the brain has to reinterpret the pattern. When that color's the same everywhere, when it's the same red circle, same white number on top of it, same white text on top of it, we don't have to think about it. We just respond instinctively and it allows us to move quickly. So to get the desired emotional response, color has to be used appropriately. In the Vero app, you'll notice that they take a very subtle color approach. Okay, here we've got this sort of muted greenish color and some instructions, share your first post. But again, what I want you to notice is that the color pops out. That little plus symbol at the bottom comes forward from its background. Once you start using this app, that's the signifier. They're introducing a symbol and a color that essentially says to the brain, this is how you use this. Once you see that and it's repeated over and over and over again in different screens, you know what it is, you know what it means. I also want you to take a look up top where that magnifying glass is. See the little red dot next to it? You see how that stands out? See how it sort of screams? Hey, look at me? That's a hint as well. They're doing that so that you pay attention to that area so that you know here's where the search function is. Okay, so in this case, they're using color to call attention to the parts of the app they want you to see. SoundCloud is forever associated with this color. That orange is used in their splash screen, as you see here, and throughout the app. So here's a situation where when color is used consistently across the board, an association forms. Oh, that's SoundCloud, right? You know it before you even see it. That visual cue sticks with you. Color is also used to communicate, okay? The right colors draw the eye to the most important areas on the screen. As you see here, this is from a design firm in Amsterdam. Notice the red in the center. What they're doing here is they're calling your attention to a job they did for a very high-profile client, which happens to be Nike. So there are 3 case studies here, but the one they want you to see is highlighted. It's red. It stands out from everything else. Your eye is drawn there whether you want it to be or not. Color can also maximize readability and minimize optical fatigue, which it is certainly doing there. Notice how the white type really stands out from that background. Color also delivers symbolic meanings that support and enhance the visual experience of a design. So color, again, is used to evoke emotion. Notice how in this UI, color is used very differently. These are all sort of earthy colors. There's a nice cream background. They're very traditional. We've got this maroon and gold color. It has a feel of an old label. The typography certainly contributes to that. But all I'm trying to call your attention to is that color is used very differently to represent this brand, this product, compared to what we just saw for a more forward-thinking, cutting-edge design organization that's doing really cool stuff for forward-thinking retailers like Nike. Big difference in the way this feels, and color has a lot to do with that. In both cases, the job of color is to please the eye, okay, to make us feel a certain way and essentially make the eyes and the brain happy. It's sort of a visual gift, okay, that sustains our visual interest. When color is pleasing to us, we have a tendency to fixate and look a little longer and spend a little more time with things.